Hello, 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 great people. How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on?
You,
What's going on?
you look shocked. Come on, perk up. Now you was kind of something was going on last week, but listen, do we need to have a session right here? Because
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
yeah, you were like too mellow last week.
Yeah, I did yoga before the show
Real
last week.
mellow was mellow.
No yoga. No yoga this week.
You
Was
didn't just
actually
start
yeah.
doing yoga, so that's nah.
I've been doing yoga for 3 years, Tam. I'm
I say
not.
you didn't just start, so
Oh,
that wasn't the reason.
I was
Or is
just
it
relaxed.
just taking effect? It took 3 years for yoga to work on you. That's what you're saying?
Knock it off. Knock it
Yeah,
off.
now. We want the old Trent back.
You got him. What's going on?
That one.
The talkative one.
No, you guys, I'm just I'm in a beautiful place tonight.
So
But I didn't wake up this way. I'm so serious, you guys. I woke up in this season. I woke up in this place. I don't even know why. But I decided I'm not going there with you today, Tammy, the other Tammy. I was like, I'm getting up. I listened to me a Stephen Frederick, I think his name is. I was led to one that was just for me and just for some other people too. And I think that was such a beautiful thing too, because I shared it and everybody got something different from it, but they all said they got what they needed from it. So, I just looked at that as a God moment. I've just had a beautiful weekend in spite of some things taking place. So I'm just happy that I chose me today and that I didn't allow myself to go there. So I am doing the work, you guys. I'm not just sitting here making suggestions to you guys of do this, do this. I had to pull myself out of my own hell this morning. And it truly was my own hell. So
that's some transparency. Good stuff.
yes, it is. It's a
Good
butterfly
stuff.
nugget, I'm telling you. So what's going on in your world?
Can't call it. Can't call it. Might spoil it. Had a
Okay.
couple of sinus issues. Latter part of last week, but I'm good. A
Okay.
lot of pollen in there, man. So yeah,
Okay.
everything's good
Wh-
though. Everything's good.
where's Slash tonight? We
He
are
should
live,
be.
right?
Yeah, we're actually live. We're live.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm
He
not
should be
gonna
coming
test the
on.
phone lines tonight. I don't know. I'm just not in the mood of trying to figure all that out. So but I
Yeah,
think it'd be good for you and I to get on and maybe test it again, do a test live so that people know we're testing. We're not really doing anything so it doesn't interrupt the show. And I'm sure that's cool with you because that's what you prefer anyway, right? Yeah,
you know
yeah,
me well. You
yeah.
know me
So
well.
Um, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get into this thing. Want to get started. Some housekeeping things. Let me get this out just so that you guys will know that you can also watch this at b2gunitytv.com. We're airing from the B2G Unity TV. We're live on Roku right now. If you wanted to go over and catch it at the website there, watch live, you can do it right there from your phone, computer, whatever. You can actually go over to the Roku, but you have to. We need to say this. You do have to add the channel um, to watch us on Roku. So you go if you have a Roku account, Roku TV, you do have to add the channel B2G Unity TV, right?
Yep.
Um, and then add channel, download, and from there, one stop shop. You can watch us right there from your TV or your phone. So
Everything's on demand over there right now, as of
right, right.
currently. Yeah.
So if you don't feel like you have, want to comment or do all of that, don't want to be on Facebook or YouTube watching it, go there if you have Roku and listen to it right from there. And you can always just log on and send comments to us. And
Yep.
soon, hopefully, we'll have a way for you guys to call in. So
Exactly. And
B2G, go
even
ahead.
if those guys, even if they don't have the Roku app or the stick or whatever, they could actually go to b2gunitytv.com and still catch us.
Right, that's what I was saying on the website. Right,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so on the website you can watch live from there. I'm sorry, I thought I said that. Um, So B2G Unity TV is self-explanatory, but we are going to explain it again because it's so important for us to continue to hear that it's better for us to work this thing out together. Let you be you, let me be me, but we can still join and do this thing together. We're all a part of the body. Some of us may be that arm, some of us may be that leg, some of us is the head, some of us are the hand, arm. It is so important to know which part of the body you are so that you know what to do and how to do it, because the leg would not look good trying to do what the arm does or vice versa. So
Right.
this is what it's about, that we're better together and we need to unify. We need to become one with ourselves so that we can become one with others. So that's it. We're better together, and this is Better Together, Together Unity TV. And everything is about, my opinion here, relationships. There's not a topic that we discuss that does not go back for me to relationships. The relationship you have with yourself first.
Yeah.
Because without that, none of the others matter because they will not be successful. They will not be in define success for you, but they will not be healthy. Maybe that is a better word. They will not be healthy. And by healthy, we do not mean that they are perfect relationships. They are healthy relationships. So it all comes back to you, then the relationships that you build from your very own foundation. So that's what it's about. One of the things that I use, bluffcityleadership.com, that's my baby, my one of one of my other babies, I would say. We use an assessment, and I can't speak enough about this assessment, you guys. I feel for me, it was life saving. I would not be here tonight. I cannot say that enough either. I would not be here in this space, in this place. I would have not been able to pull myself out of my own hell if I had not had that tool in my life. I truly, truly, truly believe that. So if you're interested in taking the assessment, reach out to me. I'll get you set up. You can reach out to Trent as well. He is an introducer, although he does not introduce people to it. He
Okay.
is an introducer. What is an introducer? You can take the assessment, see what it does for you. Then you may want to introduce it to family, friends, organization, churches. You get paid. And the only thing you have to do is pay to take your own assessment. And from there, I can set you up as an introducer, get your link, do your thing. You just cannot unpack the assessment. What does that mean? Unpacking people who take it. So for those who take the assessment, what I do is unpack them through that assessment. So I see it as taking all of you, and I'm going to say it, taking all of your shit out of that luggage. Stuff that you took on the trip that you knew you weren't going to even wear.
Uh-oh.
So probably couldn't wear,
Uh-oh.
you know.
Uh-oh.
So that's what it's about. Connect with me. I do have a free mini assessment that you can take just to kind of see what it will give you. It will not give you the complete assessment, but you get enough to know if you want to eat the entire meal. So that's what that's about. Now, last, before we get into the show, the meat of the show, move your trash can. Do you know enough about this story to tell them about the trash can?
Actually, no, I don't.
Huh?
No,
Tell
I,
them.
I
Tell them.
don't.
You do. You've been hearing this for years. Don't say the condition.
I don't. I,
Please
don't- I
don't.
don't. I don't. I don't. I'm not. I don't feel comfortable enough to give it to him
Why?
because I don't think I'll get it right.
How can you not get moved your trash
So
can right?
you're so detailed in it.
All right.
I
Yeah.
tell you what, I do it next week if because
Okay.
I know
Okay.
you're on
So
vacation. So
we are promoting unity and change. Be the change that you want to see in the world, in people, and all of that good stuff. And in order to do that, this is a silly, kind of kooky, nerdy thing, I think people think. But this is to help you guys realize or think more about the things that you do without thought, that you get caught up in this remote control kind of living cruise control kind of living, that you don't see sometimes, that you are living life from a place of routine. And so if you move your trash can, preferably one that you visit frequently, like maybe kitchen, bathroom, but I think kitchen is probably the best one. It was for me. Um, and in doing so, what you will find is that you will go back to the old location that you moved it from. We do this in life. We do this because few things, we are afraid, um, or we don't want to see ourselves enough to know that we need to change, that we need to be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind. And that takes work. Especially if you wait to, as long as I did, I was old, I think. Too old, older than I should have been, trying to pull back those wounds and things like that. You kind of get addicted to the trauma and to the feeling of trauma, or the experiences of that. So move those trash cans, allow it to give you time, or the time to reflect on your life, on your decisions, the people in your life, many things. So share those stories with us. I'm waiting for someone to really share that story with us so that we can talk about it on the air.
Good
So
stuff.
you got it. Next Tuesday, that's going to be your baby.
Next Tuesday, I'll take care of it.
Okay, and you can add your own thing to it. Twist the root of it. Move the trash can, and then
Yeah,
see what you do.
I
That's
got
it. See if you go back. So tonight's topic. Anything from you? What's going on? I know you have a show tomorrow night.
you. Yeah, tomorrow night we'll be talking about girls' trips. Is it straight for mental health, or is it
That's
girls
right.
going wild?
It depends on the girls you go with.
That's what I was saying.
You do. So we won't have that. We don't let we look. I had that show with you tonight. But yeah, like any trip, I think it's good. But I also, you have to be selective. It when I remember when I saw that topic, you know what I thought about? The
What's
young
that?
lady, and our condolences for sure. The young lady that traveled with her friends
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
killed her.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So y'all, we just gotta know. We gotta in
Gotta
this
know who
day and
deal with
time,
it.
you really have to be mindful and intentional about the company you keep. I don't care who it is, family, whatever. Be careful and very intentional about the company you keep.
That's
Because
right.
sometimes the ones closest to us are the most damaging.
That's true.
So y'all join Trent and Coach D tomorrow, same platform. So check him out tomorrow. So tonight's topic, of course. Now Trent, when you saw this, what were your thoughts?
I was thinking about pursuing, right? Pursuing. We're always pursuing something. And 9 times out of 10, not good pursuing good things.
Mm,
We're always pursuing that thing we want, that thing we want. It turns out to be not the good things that we need. But we just have to get a clear understanding and a clear definition of what you're pursuing. What does
hmm.
it mean to you? Why do you need it? Or why do you want it?
Right. I saw, and you're right. So that was a trick question. There's always something. I titled it. There's always something new worth pursuing.
Right.
Um, and I don't disagree with it. What brings this forefront for me is the wanting or desiring new things often and consistent. Those things that we don't truly need. And it's
Right.
kind of like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like I know people who will, um, and I also seen a lady on Judge Judy, I think, that she changed her bedroom sets out like every 3 to 4 months.
I know
Like,
somebody like that.
yeah. And people who just will buy and have so many things. Like, so it is when we are in pursuit of the new things for a new feeling.
Right. And
That's when it gets a little
nine times out of
dangerous.
10, when you see people like that, like you just mentioned, they're trying to fill a
Hmm.
void.
Exactly. Exactly.
Filling a void and they're filling the hole that's empty.
Right. So shiny object. Why did I don't know why I put that word there, mistake. Is to focus on a new and fashionable idea, regardless of how valuable or helpful it may ultimately be. And I'm
Right.
going to change that right while I am talking because I don't like it. Um, So, shiny object syndrome, the focus of undue attention on an idea that is new and trendy, yet drop yet drop this as soon as something new takes place. I thought about the cell phones, the iPhone, sneakers.
Right.
It is as if we are addicted and distracted by trends, and there's always a new trend. There's always.
You know,
I
I wrote a passage years ago talking about refurbished and the way it
I
was
remember
written.
that.
You
I
remember that
remember
one?
that. Uh-huh.
We're constantly going after that new thing, constantly going after that new phone. 6 months later, the new phone is coming out, only to find out you got the refurbished one.
When you thought it
And
was new.
when you thought it was new, but when you finally get it, it's the refurbished one.
Hmm.
There's no need for it. It's still old.
And we're at a place where I truly believe that you guys, if cell phones were no more, I don't think many of us it would be like coming off of a high. Like you would need help
Right.
to get through it, to get through that. So basically, this shiny new object syndrome is the disease of distraction. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is, the disease of distraction. And where does that come from? I truly believe what you said earlier, and I'm going to put some. Let me share a story with you guys first before I do that. Anything before I share this story?
No, go ahead. You good.
Okay, so I am. I don't. I'm a fan of Wayne Dyer, and I heard the story of two things from him. One with his daughter who came home from school with you know how kids are awarded with stickers. They get these stickers to show that they were good, they did this, they did that. And let me say, I truly think we're doing our children a disservice with all of the kudos that we give them for, you were good, you know, here's this.
Right.
You were bad, take this away. So but I won't get into that. So his daughter comes home, and I believe she's like second grade, something around there. And she's so excited, Daddy, I got this sticker. And Wayne Dyer is a different kind of cat. Different kind of cat. He talked to his kids, even though they're that age, he talks to them in a way, or he teaches them to be free of needing to be validated and accepted and so forth like that. And so after he talked to her in his Wayne Dyer daddy way, she went back to school and gave the teacher the sticker back and said, I don't need this. Now that part he didn't tell her to do, but
Right.
she went back and said she didn't need the sticker. And the next time the teacher started giving out the stickers, she
Mm.
said, I don't need that. And I thought, wow, what a beautiful way to teach our kids. And I'm not saying you don't ever reward them, but I think we set them up as we were set up. And I think it's deeper now because there's more. There's more distraction, there's more dictation as to who you will be, how you will be, what you can do in school. Like you almost are raised to be a robot,
Right.
um, which I think sometimes can lead you to this SOS, shiny object syndrome, because you get lost. You could get lost in who you are, and often your faith and your who you are turns into what I have, what
Right.
I can get, and how often I can get it. Another story, I'll be quick with this one. This is not one of his kids, but another story that he told. A young boy comes home, or it might have been a young girl, comes home and says one of the kids at school does not like them. And the question was, why do you care? What does that change about you? Do you like you? And if you like you, that's okay. Everyone's not going to like you, so you need to get past it. That's not your problem. So imagine telling our kids this rather than, well, why don't they like you, and what did he do? We will go off into a la la land. Why? Because we still are in need of the validation,
Right.
and not from the wrong things, the things out there rather than the things in here. What say ye?
I totally agree. I totally agree. When you think about it, for me personally, I became my happiest when I started pursuing myself. When I acquired all those gifts over the years, and I jumped off the porch very early. I jumped off the porch very early in life and acquired a lot of things very early in life. I was only chasing things, but I became really happy when I pursued myself.
Do you have you ever were you thinking back, looking back, were you ever in this season of being distracted with this shiny object syndrome?
Was that what you mean in the season I'm in now?
No, back when you before you started working doing the work for
I
yourself
didn't.
and came to this
I, di- I
place.
didn't. I didn't even know that that was such a thing as being attracted to shiny things. I was just superficial, so I didn't
Which is the
give any
same
thought.
thing because it doesn't have to be because it's really shiny object syndrome.
Right.
It's like, oh, new bling, bling, new thing, bling, bling.
That
Um,
was just. It was just me. I just wanted it. It was just one of them things I just wanted. Whatever it was, whether it be a woman, or that new car, or that new, whatever it was, I wanted. It. I just wanted it, but
do you have that desire now?
not at all.
And I think that's the beauty in seeing the transformation. You guys, I'm telling you, it is truly a dying to self.
Exactly.
So many little addictions and big addictions as well, whether it's the shiny object syndrome, whether it's
Exactly.
eating the ice for me. That was one. It became a comfort for me. As sick as that sounds now,
Here's the thing,
but
though. Here's the thing, folks. When you really pursue yourself, be prepared to kill yourself. I'm not
mm,
talking literally, but I'm saying be prepared to kill
to
the
die,
old you.
to
Be
die.
prepared to die.
A
Prepare
dying to
yourself to
self.
die.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
A dying to self. And so it feels like, imagine how we feel when we lose a loved one. When you This is a double-edged sword here. Wow, thank you for that
Yeah.
one. When when you are transforming your life and you lose yourself, you're losing a part of you that you've come to know. And so you go through this grieving process that, man, I didn't even think about that for my own life. But there were so many times that I felt uncomfortable. I felt um, strange. I felt broken, and still do. Like there are times where you kind of long for yourself. You feel that death. You feel the dying of a part of yourself
You have
because
to. You have to be okay with the kill. You have to
you
be.
have to. You have to. You have to. Glad you brought that up because that is so true. It reminds me also of, I think we talked about this, how when people, they go up technically and say, I want to be saved,
Yeah.
at church or give their life over to Christ. And seemingly to me, when this happens, and I've heard a lot of people say this, like all hell seems to break out in your life. Like it gets really worse sometimes before you start to see it, because that in itself, just acknowledging that you want to do that,
Exactly.
changes something internally. There's something that starts to happen, and I believe that too is a dying of yourself.
Exactly. At that point, you're becoming aware of yourself.
Right, right.
You're becoming
So
aware of yourself. So the moment you see that, you got to be okay with the kill. You got to be okay with dying.
There is
Not
slash.
literally, but you got to be okay with letting go of yourself, getting over the hump of you.
I agree. As I have on the platform there, we are fighting hardwired instincts to seek out something new and different every single day. I do believe that that is true. I think you know how kids are. They're always wanting something new. Like they go in the store. I want this. I want this. Always, you know. And then society and these stores don't make it any better
No,
because
no.
all the toys, all the holidays, you guys, we can't even get
All the bells
through.
and whistles. Yeah,
Right. No, you have October, you see Thanksgiving things out. Christmas. It's always something flashing new that we think that we want. And I'm not you guys, I used to cheap very cheaply. I am so cheap. I am so cheap. I will buy it, but I'm never going to pay full price for it. There've been few things that I've paid full price or the price. I'm a clearance type of girl. It's got to be on clearance and marked down on clearance for me to buy it. But I do love nice things. But I'm not gonna pay crazy money for nice things. I'm gonna go get like I said, the clearance. I love to go to estate sales and things like that. So I like things, but I'm not gonna be the $600 purse girl. I'm not gonna be the $60 purse girl. But I got nice looking purses because I buy them from places that don't charge that for it.
right.
Um, but in this season now, y'all, it's hard for me to buy. I just feel like I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. That's what I'm finding myself saying now. To the point where I want to become a minimalist and have a few pair of pants, mini shirts, which is basically what I do now. I have black pants and I kind of just switch my shirts out and go from there. I just don't need it or desire it anymore. I start to look at stuff like,
Do I
is
really
it,
need
what's
this?
the purpose? Like, right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I saw a magazine today that came in at work and I thought, oh, they look like they have nice stuff. I didn't even open it. I just like,
Right.
I don't need clothes. If I don't need it, why would I open it? Why would I open if I know I don't need clothes? Because if I don't need them, why look? Because if I look, I might just say, oh, I'll go ahead and get it. And it'll hang in the closet like the others.
Hello, Miss Marilyn. Miss Marilyn said, "Hello."
Yeah. And Slash.
Flash, I see you.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Tonight's topic, the question or statement that we put out there, there's always something new worth pursuing. Now, what that boils down to is SOS, shiny object syndrome, which really boils down to the disease of distraction.
Yeah,
And we are always being distracted. Always. We have to be so intentional. The meat of this comes to this. We are trying to compensate for our deficiencies.
that's a
So
good one.
what are your deficiencies? See, everything goes back to what are you with you? What are your thoughts about you? Who are you? When you are alone, when the lights are out, who are you? And then who do you portray to be when the lights are on and you're out in them streets?
That's right.
Come on, Mr. Epic, what you
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
got?
I'm gonna follow through.
Okay, so and here's one, and I'll throw it back to you. We seek to recover from loss, loneliness, or heartache by purchasing unnecessary items. We seek fulfillment in material things. We try to impress people with things, titles rather than who we are. And why? Because we don't know who we are. And when you
Absolutely.
don't know who you are, you're distracted by everything and everybody,
Exactly.
especially
Here-
everybody. There's that relationship thing coming in. Everybody.
absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the thing, man. When you have to understand. We have to understand, as people, period, that the road less traveled is the road you need to be on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because going down that path, that same path, trying to please this one and trying to do what the Joneses are doing and all this other foolishness and trying to pursue the things that other people have, you're gonna be even more unhappy by doing
Right.
that.
Right. And you know what, Trent? Think about all of the so-called famous people.
Right.
And I say that, you guys, because it still baffles me how consumed we are with the famous life. And why are they famous? What makes someone famous? You know who I think is famous? The person who's become one with himself. He is no
Absolutely.
longer fighting himself. That's success. That's famous to me. But
Absolutely.
think about how often we have people who have, according to the world, achieved everything. They have the money, they can go, they can buy, they can do,
So it
they can
looks like
have, yeah,
so
that well
it
they
appears
do
to
as
be.
far as the money. Like they have money, they
Not
have,
all of them, though, Tammy. Not all of them.
well, I know some people are robbing Peter to pay Paul to
Right.
get those things, but I'm
Right.
talking about your so-called famous people who we know have the money. Some of these who have committed suicide, and that's where I was going. But
Gotcha.
seemingly outwardly, we think, wow, you can do everything. You have money. You were born into money. You are this. You're that. But that does not replace the internal battle of self, of the loss of self. Nothing replaces that. No man, no money, no job, no child, nothing replaces that. You have to do the work to settle with yourself to where now, because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people don't deserve nice things if that's what they want and they can afford it. I'll say this again, it becomes an issue when you are doing it to recover from loss, internal loss, loneliness, heartache, purchasing unnecessary items to
It also
heal.
comes it also comes to an issue when you start worshiping those type things and you're getting a certain type of feeling from acquiring those items. When you have to have something, when you feel that you have to have that, 9 times out of 10 you don't need it.
Right. And oftentimes, you guys and ladies, I gotta go there. Y'all can hate me or you can thank me later. One day you will thank me.
Uh-oh.
Um, I don't get it. I don't get paying. There are people who pay $600 for a wallet because it has someone's name on it. That's crazy to me. I remember being out long time ago with someone, and Bebe, it's this line called Bebe, Bebe. Am I saying that right? Bebe? It's a Bebe line? It's Bebe store, BB, something.
Oh,
I don't know.
BB, yeah, BB.
BB,
Yeah.
maybe it's BB. And there was this little black simple shirt,
Hmm.
t-shirt with that Bebe, BB, or whatever you call it.
Right.
It cost so damn much until, well, I won't say until, it cost too much for this person
I
because
know the
they
exact
had
shirt
to
you're
pull
talking
out
about.
several credit cards to pay for a damn t-shirt.
I know exactly
And
what
and
you're
wasn't embarrassed by it. Try this one. Try this one. Try
Wow.
this one. So it's a little bit here, a little bit there for a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a mind thing. That
Yeah.
is seeking to recover and seeking to get validated from the world. This is the shiny object syndrome that we're talking about, the disease of distraction. Because that's all it's doing, is keeping you from healing, it's keeping you from dealing with those issues. And again, I'm not knocking nice things, new things, but heal first. Spend the money on going to talk to someone, therapy, on taking the assessments, like we said, spend the money to say, hey, let me heal first. Let me deal with these wounds and then see where life takes you.
Right.
Because, and I'm gonna say this, I don't want to for me, you guys, I said to someone last week, I got introduced to a really ground floor opportunity that is my kind of stuff. It's about giving, it's about coming together and truly doing something so that you can get to a point to help people. And that's always been my desire, to be able to help people. I promise you, if I became a millionaire, I wouldn't want to move. I probably would have to, but I would not want to. Why? Why? Why do I need the new house? Why? And so the lady, she said, "Did you see how much compensation comes?" I said, "I didn't." I said, "Because money is not my thing. How much, if it would be the thing for me that I would do free for free. So money is not an issue for me." Reminds me of a story of a highly sought out speaker that was contacted to speak for 1 hour for $25,000. Turned it down. They came back. "We'll do 50,000 1 hour." Nope, I can't. Don't want to do it. Came back $100,000 for that 1 hour. Finally, the secretary said, "No amount of money is going to get him to take this job
Right.
because he's working on something else. He's focused on something else. He's shut it down." I want to be that person who is so focused and not in need of money, to where when I know where I'm supposed to be at that in that season, that I'm not moved, that I'm not distracted. Because distractions
But
come like that. When you're working on something good or you moving along, man, them
right.
distractions come like,
But
whoo,
you
like
do
the
know
very thing you asked for.
you guys do know that you don't have to have money to have that razor sharp focus, right?
Absolutely.
This is when
Absolutely.
you know where your gifts generate from. So you could have that razor sharp focus and focus within and whatnot without having a ton of money turning down money.
Right.
That's the challenge.
And you know, some of the richest people look like some of the poorest people. You guys,
Yeah.
some of the richest, I've seen people who are loaded. I went to a fundraiser with my son Sunday night. And in that one night, in an hour, maybe 2 hours, 200 and I think 52,000 people were in there donating $20,000, just like that. That had
Mm.
on jeans and a little, and not a baby t-shirt. Walmart, no names on it. I mean, 20,000, just like that. Period. So we gotta start dealing with matters of the mind and matters of the heart, and you gotta know to guard your heart. And see, we want to walk around and like the story about the young little boy, little girl who came home about somebody doesn't like me at school, and dad's like, "So what? What do you care? Does that change your life?
Right.
Move on." Because not everybody's gonna like you. You could be I love this quote. You could be the most beautiful, tasty Georgia peach in the world. There's someone in the world that does not like peaches. Keep moving. Look for the one who does.
That's right.
So
Got
so
your
often,
comments are piling up on you over there. Got questions for you.
I can't hear you. Why are you trying to talk all low and like, sexy, talk up. You got all the
Knock it off.
microphones in front of you. We still can't hear you. See, that's
Knock it
what I'm
off. You
talking
can't hear me.
about. Distraction. Got all the microphones and we still
You
can't
telling
hear
me
you.
you can't hear me?
Now we can. What happened?
I just set up to the mic.
All right. Well, you see, you shouldn't have to do all that. If you pay for that mic, it should just pick up your voice.
Knock it off.
Distraction. Let's see. Let's go to the great people. Let's see. Let's start over.
Uh,
Slash says, hi. Hi, Slash. Thank you for tuning in. Miss Marilyn, thank you. Miss Marilyn, did you get my message? She says, oh, wow. Great topic, y'all. Um,
good stuff.
Mark says, good evening, Marilyn, to you, Slash. We have Lamar J. Focus back in. Amen, Tammy. She says, Slash says, so we work hard and never reward ourselves, doing so because we're secure and knowledgeable as well. Okay, Slash, I'm going to come back to you. I think you just kind of playing with us. I think you got it that we don't. We're not saying that we don't deserve nice things. It's
Right,
when
right.
we feel like we have to have those things
That's when
in
it becomes
order,
an issue, when you have to have.
right? When you have to have those
Yeah,
things to feel good. Um, and I'm not saying that you won't ever get into a place where um, you may need to go and buy you a little something, but don't break the bank, especially if the bank ain't full. And we have people who have that need that fix so much so
right.
that their bills are lacking. So we have people that will choose that rather than pay a bill.
Right.
That's
Just like I
dysfunction.
said in the opening, man, you have to know the difference between the want and the need.
Right.
If you feel like you need that, there's something wrong with that. You're covering something up. There's something in the rabbit hole you're covering up.
And we
You
take that
need
straight
to need
from the word. The Bible, God says, I will supply all your needs. We've confused, like you said, wants with needs, even in the outwardly world. Because y'all, half the stuff we buy, we really don't need. We
nah.
really, we really don't need. We really don't. Um, I remember I was out and I have one, like, we buy the Q-tips and the Q-tips come in these little boxes or whatever. And some of them
Mm,
come in a little round thing. Um, but the one that I have is boxed up somewhere. Had a pretty one. So I was out one day and I saw one and I was going to buy it. And I thought, why? It's Q-tips. It's Q-tips. They come in a box. I'm going to leave them in the box and put them in the drawer and pull one out of that little
right.
box that they make.
So you
Why?
buying it because of the box with the presentation? Or,
Yes. And so I'm like, I don't need the presentation. I need what's in there. I don't need people to see my little Q-tips sitting in this little pretty fleshy thing. I would rather pass a man or a woman on the street who's homeless and buy them a burger. Y'all, that's I'm not playing with y'all. That's exactly where I am. I'll save my coins and my dollars for that person who God says, that's your person. That's your person. I've been there with $5, $5 and some change in my purse. I've told this story. I'm feeling led to tell it. It's a God moment where I'm going on my way to the bookstore on my lunch break, and heard looked over, saw this lady sitting at the bus stop, heard God's voice so clear, go give her some money.
right.
I'm like, I ain't got $5. Give us some money. And so I toggled with this thing. I turned around. I passed this lady several times. When God tells you to do something, when He's promised somebody that He would take care of them where they are, I won't go into all of the story, but I ended up. I even rolled back through Chick-fil-A instead of trying to make sure I'm not crazy. I went and ordered some food that I wasn't even intended. So that little $5 and change turned into a couple of dollars. I couldn't leave Chick-fil-A. I had to back up, and y'all know Chick-fil-A is crazy. When I mean crazy, like they're always hard to get in and always hard to get out to me. And so me trying to back up and make sure I'm not hitting anybody was crazy, but I had to because the spirit itself would not allow me to. I parked, and by now I'm walking because she was sitting a little bit down. You have to get out and walk to get to the bus bench. I'm walking and I'm in tears because now in this season of my life, I know that the Holy Spirit was all in that. I get to her and I feel some kind of way because I feel like she's going to think, I feel like ego, she's going to think I'm crazy for bringing her this little money, while whatever. And I said, I'm sorry, but I have to give this to you. That lady told me that she had been out doing missionary work. She didn't have any money to catch the bus. She said, but God told me to sit here and I will get it to you.
Oh, wow.
And that's what she did. So I couldn't even go back. I could go to the way to the bookstore. I just went back to work. And I was literally 3, 4 minutes from work.
Right.
And I went back to work and I was so having an out of body experience that they thought something had happened to me when I got back to work. I was crying, but to me, it was a tearful, a spiritual cry because I felt like I had encountered God Himself
It felt
right
good,
there,
didn't it?
right there.
It
And
felt good,
so, huh?
it felt great though, didn't it?
It felt, y'all, it was just one of those times where you ever felt like, I need God, but I don't need anything from Him. I need to feel His presence. And
Right.
it doesn't need to be about me. I just need to know. I need to be reminded, crazy as it sounds, God, that you're still there. And if He heard her, if He told her, sit, I will get you home, then I knew he could sit me down somewhere and get me what I needed
Pretty
when
much.
that time came. And so those are the things that I want to be able to do with my overflow. Those are the things. I kid you not, I'm not bragging here. About 90% of my pay that I work for goes out. I don't keep it. Period. I'm at this place and I would not be here. I've not always been here. I would not be here, you guys, if my life, my thoughts, my heart, my mind wasn't continually being transformed.
Right.
And mark that word, continuously being transformed. I'm not done. God is not done with me yet. All of my stuff is not out, but I know it's not out, all out. But more importantly, I know it's there. I'm not trying to
So would it
pretend
be safe?
that
Would it
it's
be
not
safe
there.
to say? So would it be
Huh?
safe to say, like I said in the opening, are you constantly, continuously pursuing yourself?
Always.
Good stuff.
Always. The good, the bad, the ugly. I don't, like I told you guys last week, I had a thought that I couldn't even pull up at the stoplight and think about. I just said, I'm gonna go around this one. And you really have to sound crazy like that. You really have to talk yourself out of your thoughts. If you don't want those words, take every thought captive. Take every thought captive. And you know how many thoughts we have in a day, in an hour? That in itself is work. So I don't have time to worry about the other stuff. I don't have time to worry about what I want. God supply me my needs, and I promise you He's doing that. And if you would stop and be grateful for what you have, where you are, and say, how can I be a blessing? Because it is greater to be a blessing than to be blessed. It is greater to be a blessing to someone. But how can we, another thing, Trent, think about this one. I don't know why this is, I don't know why. Think about how we talked about people will, in your own family, you can ask somebody for $10, $20, and you could really need it and they won't give it to you. But
Right.
die, pass away. They will go buy a new outfit. They will buy a plane ticket, bus
Straight break,
ticket
straight break the bank.
to get to your funeral. But while you were living, will cuss you out if you ask for $10,
Yep.
$20. This is the distraction. This is the disease of distraction.
Right.
The TV is a distraction, the phone, relationships. And I'm not talking about your healthy relationships. But as the man who is the sought out speaker who said, it's not about money. It's not about money. I'm not telling you no. I'm not telling you no so you can keep adding on zeros. I'm telling you no because I know who I am and I know where I am right now. And
Exactly.
that does not feed what I am birthing. It's not worth that hour is not worth it to me right now in this season. And you know how awesome it must be to stand in that kind of focus?
That's right. That's a different type of focus. That's a different type of realm. That's a different type
Right.
of realm. But like I said earlier, when you actually say no to those type of money, those type of funds, and you don't have those type of funds, that's a different type of realm and a different type of
Hmm.
focus.
Hmm.
It's
It
possible.
is.
It's definitely possible. You just have to You have to be so far within yourself, into yourself.
And you can't feel bad about that because the world will
No,
make you feel some kind of way about pursuing yourself, pursuing
exactly.
your purpose, your passion, um, not being so distracted that you can't hear when God speak to you. Because
Exactly.
there's certain things that we will never see until we sit and see silence. Sit in silence and see silence. Smell it, breathe it. God is talking to us, showing us things, directing us, but we're so distracted with the shiny object syndrome. The new man, the
Keep
new
in
woman,
mind,
the new job, the new everything.
exactly. Keep in mind when we're pursuing, we're gonna have to turn a whole bunch of people loose. When we're truly pursuing ourselves, we got to turn a whole bunch of people loose.
You
We
know
got to
what?
cut
I
a whole
don't think
bunch
you
of
have to
people
turn
off.
them loose. I think they loose themselves.
They
You
will,
know
but
how we say
sometimes,
that.
but if you're not all the way in, you're gonna be negotiating with yourself to get them back in.
That I get. That I get.
But if you truly pursuing yourself, you truly pursuing yourself. You got to cut them off. No hard feelings, nothing personal. You're just pursuing yourself right now.
I was reading something, and I'll get to the comments, you guys. I was reading something, and I should have copied it, but it talked about how you it was speaking like this: vegetarians don't wake up thinking about eating meat because they've identified themselves as a vegetarian.
Right.
And so it was saying, own your identity. Who are you? Determine who you are. And slowly but surely, because a vegetarian typically doesn't turn vegetarian overnight if he wasn't already one,
That's the process,
born
right?
born one. And so once you, that's kind of like the pursuit of self. There's always a reason. Maybe we should change the title. There's always a reason and or a need to pursue the newness of you,
Exactly.
because
That's
the
beautiful.
old you has to go. You have to become unlearned, you guys. I remember when I heard that this guy was on this whole thing about becoming unlearned, and I thought that's crazy, the craziest thing I ever heard. But fast forward, there has been an unlearning and a relearning, a reprogramming of
Right.
myself, and that came with a dying to myself. That really did. All right, let's get some of these comments in, and then we will get ready to bring it to a close. I definitely cannot be on all night tonight. So let's see. Vivian is back on. She said, "Yes, we give so much to others. We absolutely do. And giving is good, you guys. But give to yourself. It's not selfish to take care of you first. That's actually, what is the word? That is the right way to do it. Because if you take care of you, then you have what it needs to take care of others.
That's right.
It's not just about giving with money and time and all that. Emotionally, physically, all of that, mentally, spiritually. Lamar J. Focus says, yes, they do. I've worked with those who look poor but are rich. Absolutely. Marilyn is laughing LOL about something. Let's see. Lamar J. Focus, God loves us all and gave his life for all, yet some hate him no matter what. I think she's coming back off the peach thing. Exactly, you guys. Think of someone that you've tried nothing but to love on them, be there for them. And the more you do, the more you are rejected. And that's not them rejecting themselves
Yeah.
or feeling like the need to reject themselves. So
Yeah.
Lamar J. Focus says, Miss Tammy, you are preaching and right on it. Thank you, Lamar J. Focus. Um, Slash, it's better to be a blessing than to be blessed. That's real. And then he says, say no to the disease of distraction. I'm just seeing the whole thought on the topic. Okay, Mark, do share. Do share about that one. And Lamar J. Focus says, distractions can bring all things to close. Mm.
Boom. Boom.
So I
Boom.
have a question for you guys. I don't know if I'll get to do this, but I wanted to bring this into the relationship perspective of it. Maybe this is something that you guys can think about on your own in your own time. Um, how does this disease of distraction, or does it, affect relationships?
Hmm.
While you're thinking about that, these are some ways that you can work to get through this. Change your mindset, which is the pursuit of self. Be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. And we forget the other part, so that, and I'm going to sum this up in my words, so that you can hear again what I just said, what God is, where He's telling you to go. Because I think we have this idea of people who love God and are pursuing God, that they're never going to go through something, that their life should not look crazy sometimes. And I don't know how we get that, because if you read your word, those who God blessed, they had the stuff some of them were caught up in, and what they were doing and how they were doing it. But we have to understand, only God gets to decide how a person moves towards Him.
That's right.
My
That's right.
my way might be as a drunk. Somebody else, maybe, I don't know, prostitute. I don't know. But we need to take our eyes off of people, because all of us could be one way. Somebody could slip something in your drink, and you become the person that you said was crazy. We are not our own. We are not. I remember my son telling me, "Mom, we control nothing." He said, "If you control your body, don't blink your eyes. Don't allow your eyes to blink. Don't go to the bathroom. Your life is not yours
Nope.
at all." I want to hear more from Slash about the
I think he responded to you.
okay. Oh no, Slash, that was something we put out there. I thought you were, let's see, your comment said, say no to the disease of distraction. Oh, we broke that down to the topic, or the question that we put out there. There's always something new worth pursuing, was really just like a trick question. And it was about shiny object syndrome, shiny new object syndrome, which basically bears down to this, the disease of distractions. And I know just from hearing you, that the people are greatly distracted by many, many things. So I hope that cleared that up. Um, there is, did I finish reading this? Change your mindset, take thoughts captive. I think I said that already. Be
Mm.
grateful for what you have. Don't compare yourself with others or what they have. Embrace the simple but valuable things in life. And what are those? What are some of the things that, um, I don't know, just allows your spirit and your soul to rest, to be at ease, to feel at peace? And I get it. You're not going to get that often if you are not in pursuit of self, if you are not doing that work. You can be in the most peaceful place and still be the most negative person. It could be the sunniest, most beautiful day outside, and you will find something, because your inside is not at peace. It's not one.
Okay.
So define and challenge bad habits. Still goes back to the pursuit of self, and be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself. Like I said, I had a thought that I'm like, I don't know who's in this car with me and where all that come from, but I'm going right around this thought, and left it there. I don't. It's just is what it is. And another thing, and I'll turn it over to you, Trent, that I found interesting. It talked about a calendar. And we've talked about journaling here, but keeping a calendar where you are, and it said, even write down the times that you will log on to social media, whether it's Facebook, say 9 o'clock tomorrow, I'll spend this amount of time on Facebook. Because y'all, especially as of late, I started to find myself that I'm on there more than I want to be.
Right.
Really. And so I thought that's a good idea for me. Pencil in, because of course I have to be in order to promote. But some other times I could be reading my books or working to finalize the book that I was supposed to publish over a month or so ago. But I'm scrolling Facebook. And then we'll say I don't have time for, oh yeah, you had time, you just used it over there.
Exactly.
Shut up, Trent.
I'm just saying.
So come on now, you quiet. Talk to the people. 5 more minutes and we'll get off of here.
If you're in pursuit of something, man, just be sure that it's okay to be in pursuit, the good things and whatnot and all that good stuff. But if you're truly in pursuit of something, make sure you're in pursuit of something of yourself within yourself first. It's cool to
That's all.
pursue. It's cool to get the greatness out of life. It's cool to get the fruits, all that good stuff. But make sure you pursued yourself first. That way you'll be able to handle blessings when they come.
I think I want to answer the question briefly about the relationship. Did you have anything about the relationship? How does it affect or does it affect?
It does, and honestly, repeat it to me. Break it down so I can break it down
So,
for
as we've talked about this tonight, how or does, maybe I should say does, or, and if so, how does, can, I guess, shiny object syndrome affect people in their, and I'm going to say love relationships?
you. How can it affect? Both parties are the one that's actually attracted to the shiny things.
Well, if one party is affected, then the other one's going to be, if it's a relationship.
Exactly. So I would say if that person is the one that's not attracted to the shiny things, say something quick. Communicate quick. Verbalize exactly how that makes you feel, that your partner, your person is actually pursuing these shiny things, that they should be pursuing these other things first. You got to say something.
So I'm gonna say this quickly so we can get off of here. But this is where I look at it in that perspective, in that light of it. So if I'm a person that I'm kind of addicted to the shiny objects, I have the disease of distraction, and I'm in a relationship. And the disease of distraction or the shiny object syndrome is about new things. And new things make us feel good. And so I truly believe if we sit down with it for a moment and just roll the tape back on our relationships, because we don't, we're not doing well with building families, building a legacy of a family where when all those holidays, distractive holidays, is that a word? The holidays of distraction, I would say that, come about, we're going here, our children are going here. On the weekends, our children are going here. We spend a week with daddy, week whatever. Okay. So I believe, and I maybe need to do some search on this and bring another show back. But it's difficult for us to stay with people, because when you stay, when you come up, when you meet your mate, when you decide, when your scars fall in love, if I have to go back to the thing we typically we read, when you meet the person that is going to awaken every thing in you, the good, the bad, who's going to sit with you in your stuff, if you're not ready and in pursuit of yourself, the shiny new object is going to be your choice, because you're looking to feel good, not grow, not build.
Trying to
You
jump in
want
the rabbit
you
hole.
want a mobile home. You don't want to build the home. You want them to bring the home and sit it here and that's it.
Right.
Um, but in a relationship, you may find yourself, if you are a runner, if you've been someone who, this relationship, you may have the shiny new object syndrome in that situation, because new people always getting having new people, they don't make you grow. It's the people who stay run with you the course, because they're going to see your negative side. They're going to see when you are how you respond to conflict, how you communicate. They're going to eventually see you, the real you. New people don't make you grow because they are very attentive. Whatever you want, however you want it. And then think about how you fall in love initially. Oh, he's the best thing since sliced cornbread, and so is she. Give it a little time. What happened? What changed? See, we started to grow. We When you go, you're getting further. You're going getting further to your destination. So when people stay with you, they get to know you. And then they choose, do we let our scars fall in love, or do we go our separate ways? We can't keep going our separate ways. You got to say, hey, this is the right person that I choose to do life with, or the wrong person just for me. He or she is worth this journey of self becoming one. Because if you're a half person and he's a whole person, y'all ain't gonna become one. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So that's where I think it comes into, it's so easy to walk away from somebody that you've established something with for a new person that eventually you're going to have to do the work there anyway. Like they say, the grass ain't green on the other side. It's just that you're watering that grass more because it's new. New car. How do we do when we get a new car?
Washing it, washing it, washing it. Yeah.
Wash, smell good, da da da. Come back a year or so later. Unless it's your addiction, your distraction, like the ice was for me. It was my shiny object, but it was like you said, Trent, it was a replacement for something, and I don't know to this day other than just pain, just right out hurt, pain, internal. So it's 8:38. Anything from you?
No, I'm just enjoying the service. I have some good stuff, man. So
I'm
sometimes you got to
saying
be
that
fed.
I'm telling you guys, it's been a beautiful God moment from,
I'm catching the vibe all the way over here. So it's good
I'm
stuff.
serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. If anybody wants to listen to, and y'all please message me and say, yeah, I want to listen to it. I'm telling you, the sermon that I listened to this morning was such a blessing. And I was not planning on doing it. Um, I was planning on getting up, doing my exercise, doing some studying, and I just woke up in this funk. And that in itself is a blessing, because had I not, I would not have gone to this place. I shared
Exactly.
this with one, two, three, four, one, four people, and they were all like, "Oh my God, this was confirmation of this," and I'm like, I got a totally different confirmation. The other person, totally different confirmation. God, that's another thing that confuses us. We think that the struggle, or the what's the word for it? The trials and the tribulation are about us. God is taking care of so many people in the thing that you think you're going through only. He's cleaning house. He's cleaning every room in the house, but not just my house, your house too. But it seems like this is just about me, God. I'm like, no. I'm taking care of a lot of people with this one thing that you
Exactly.
think is about you. And it's about y'all. It's about you guys, my people, my children. So if y'all want to hear it, tell me so I can send it to you and be more blessed by what you get from it. I'm sending it to you anyway. You ain't got to ask.
Okay. All
So
is
you can message me through Facebook. My number is right there on my page, or you can send me a messenger and I will send it to you. The only thing I ask is that you send it back to me and just tell me what you got out of it. How did God speak to you? Because that's so beautiful when God speaks to all of us through one message. Beautiful. So,
Okay.
we got, let's see, Slash says that sounds like a 3-year lease relationship, living in the microwave mentality generation. Script like those fake reality shows. Oh, Mark, don't you go there, because them reality shows. Think about the distraction of that. Um, I got one person said send it. Yay,
Yeah.
Maryland. I'm gonna send it to. Let's see. You know what? I might just send it to all y'all because I can see who's on here. Nothing you can do about it, right? Right?
You're right.
Is it just me? Can I get a vote? Is it just me, or is he kind of something?
No, I'm enjoying the show. What are you talking about?
You was like this. You're too quiet. I'm not used to this.
No, I'm enjoying the show. I mean, everything's fine.
But you was like
Everything's
this
fine.
last week too.
Sometimes you have to sit back and listen.
You?
Yeah. Sometimes
Oh,
you
I
have to
do
sit
like
back.
this God is working.
Sometimes you have to sit back and listen. So,
No. Yeah, you just okay. I mean, let me find out you down there eating brownies.
oh no, not at all. Nah, not at all.
Oh. Yeah, we too high for that. We can't. We if we do that, we'll be showing up crazy. We too high on a natural high.
Exactly. No, it's natural for me.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do a last check on these. Marilyn, I got you. Okay, Lamar J. Focus. I have you. I will send it through. I don't know. I guess I'll send you a message and see how you want me to send it. I'm gonna send it to Mark. He ain't asked, but I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to everybody that I see on here,
Good stuff.
and y'all can just do what you want. I don't care. So, okay, you guys. I'm gonna jump off. Go take care of some things. This has been really really good. I got something out of it. I am going to start. Um, Not this week. I'm gonna finish this week out, and I'm gonna start fresh. Maybe next week with penciling in, especially the Facebook and the social media thing. Uh, that what I will do and when, and stick to that. So it could be something different for you, but start whatever, however you want to. Do move those trash cans, if you a trash can. If you're interested in the free mini assessment, let me know. Or if you want to just go ahead and take it, and then we talk about the free coaching that comes after that, and the possibility of you becoming an introducer, which just you introducing your church, your family, um, friends to it, all of that, and you can make money from it. So thank you guys. You got to say something before you go get off because you've been too quiet.
Appreciate you guys tuning into the B2G Unity TV network. That's Butterfly Evolution and Till Kennedy Media combined for better TV together.
And what's
Next
happening tomorrow
time,
night?
tomorrow night, conversation with Trent and friends. Title: Girl Trips. Is it for the mental health or is it for girls going wild? Join Coach D and I tomorrow, same channel, same station, 7
All
o'clock.
right. All right. Um, can't post comments to some destinations. What? What's happening there? Where did I see that? Slash, was that you said that? I thought I saw something about like somebody couldn't post comments certain destinations. I don't know. Okay. Well, if so, send us a message and we'll try to address whatever issues there was with that. So you guys, thank you, Marilyn, Lamar. I'm sure some others are out there that we don't know. So thank all of you for joining us tonight.
Appreciate you.
Um, I I don't know if I'm going to be on next Tuesday, but if so, you guys will
You
see.
preparing for vacation, all right?
Hmm.
You preparing for a vacation, right?
Well, that's. Next week I have to travel for
That's
the
right.
new speaker position. Yeah. So I have to travel next week for sure. So y'all just stay tuned, stay connected. I'm going to try because I know the following Tuesday I will not. I will be on vacation. Your girl is turning 55 in
Uh-oh.
about 2 weeks. So I'm going to just let my hair up, not down, up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So I know the following Tuesday, the 20 something 7th, 5th, I won't be on. But next week I'm
Either
gonna
or,
try.
and during Tammy's absence, you guys could catch a relationship table talk on demand right there on the Roku channel, or b2gunitytv.com on demand streaming 24/7.
If I record something, could we
That'd
make
be
it
perfect. Yeah,
live
make it
for
work.
that time that we're here? I may
Yep,
try to do that for the week that I'm out for my birthday.
that'll work.
I may try to do that. Okay. Um, Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm gonna send you I will text it to you because I do have your number. So I'll text it to you and then the others I will get with you just to ask what's the best way for you. All right.
Good.
So love you all. Have a great night.
Good night, guys.